programming on the stage. Also, we have many wonderful booths, all sorts of goodies for you to buy, Indian-themed foods, Western-themed desserts. Some are supporting the Sunday school at our local temple here. If you're interested in what it is we do as Hare Krishnas, there's at the far end, on my right side, there's a meditation booth, and you can learn the mantra meditation that we do. There's also some yoga classes and asanas that you can learn. There's a gift shop. And then right behind me is sort of the free distribution of vegetarian foodstuffs. So this festival of chariots, you can imagine in old times, if you had a king, you have to go to the palace. You have to go through so many guards and have some special access. And so Jagannath is Krishna with his brother Balaram and sister Subhadra. So he's in the temple most of the year, but once a year he comes out to see his subjects. And so we have this festive celebration. It's a reenactment of something that's been going on in the city of Puri on the eastern coast of India for thousands of years. And now we have it in so many different cities. This is one of our big ones for central Pennsylvania. We also have one in Port Royal, our farm, at the end of the month. So that's where we catch our central Pennsylvanian friends. So I'm going to have, before we start the entertainment, we're going to have classical Indian dancing. We're going to have more of this kirtan, this musical chanting. Before I do that, I'm going to have a couple of folks address you, some special honored guests. First of all, I'm going to call His Grace Anuttama Das. So we have a center here in Harrisburg. It's near the Grayson Road Walmart. If those of you are around here, that's where we have a temple. And we do this every Sunday. And so Anuttama is our regional manager on behalf of the Hare Krishna movement. So he oversees this temple, the one in Potomac, Maryland that serves D.C., and Philadelphia, other temples in the area. And he also acts as the communication minister for the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So I'm going to invite Anuttama Prabhu to speak a few words. Let's please welcome him.
Okay. Hare Krishna, thank you, Naveen. And in a minute, Naveen, you're going to be here, going to introduce our mayor from York, who's joined us on stage here. We're very grateful he's here. I'll just say a couple words. Want to thank everybody for coming out. So many of us, we've been kind of locked down and tied up and hiding out because of COVID. And Rath Yatra and Lord, it's kind of like, we know Lord Jagannath just comes out of the temple in Puri and he comes out of the temple here. So like Jagannath is about all over again after being so many festivals were not held. So we're really happy to see everybody here. Kratu Prabhu, thank you for coming from your global travels wherever you were. Honored to have you here. We just want to thank everybody for coming out and just also encourage everybody. We come here to Rath Yatra to get rejuvenated and to reconnect with our friends and our families and our devotional practice. And I just want to remind everybody the spirit of Rath Yatra is Jagannath comes out of the temple and he inspires us all in our spiritual life. Our appreciation to him should be on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we're his representatives, which means the same way he comes out to share joy and appreciation for diversity and a sense of community with us, we should really be emissaries of that mood in the world around us. We know, according to our Shastra, this is called the age of Kali. Kali is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. If you haven't experienced that, come spend a little time with me. I live near Washington, D.C. You'll be convinced that this is the age of quarrel. It really is. And our duty as Vaishnavas is not just to kind of watch the quarrel, but to really try to be peacemakers in our own lives, in the office. I would suggest all of you that go to the school or you go to the office, you should be thinking, how can I act in such a way that I'm setting an example for others? How can I be the person that becomes less angry, that becomes less disturbed, that becomes more welcoming to others? That's really what it means. It's not that you're a Vaishnava when you pick up your beads and then you put them down and you go into the world and you lose your values. The real test, just like Arjuna got his instruction from Krishna, And Krishna didn't tell him, okay, Arjuna, now go to the mountains and come out for Rath Yatra. Right? That's not what he told him. He said, now you go and act for me. Of course, he had a very trying situation. Our situation is not so tough. The office may be tough. It's not as tough as Arjuna had it. But with that same spirit, we should feel like that. Every day we get up, we want to carry the spirit of Krishna consciousness, the spirit of bhakti, the spirit of actually seeing the soul in everyone, not discriminating who's black, who's white, who's brown, who's rich, who's poor, who's old, who's young, who's Democrat, who's Republican. Those things aren't of real consequence to us. We want to really try to see the spiritual essence of people. And when we do, then people realize there's enough in the world. We just have to treat each other more fairly. All the wars, all the quarrels, all the conflict that's there, it arises from ignorance. When people understand our spiritual identity, then all of a sudden we become a lot more peaceful. We can really embrace our brothers and our sisters and really be beacons of light. Literally beacons of light and beacons of peace in the world. That's what this festival is really about. So please remember that. When you leave here today, enjoy this festival, enjoy the spirit of the festival, and then please take the spirit with you. Just like we know Prabhupada crossed the ocean at 70 years of age all by himself. What are the odds that he would be successful? If Prabhupada had come to Harrisburg, and 50 years later this festival had come because of his being in Harrisburg, that in itself would be an amazing success. Just that. But because Prabhupada came, there's temples in 600-700 temples all around the temples in 600 or 700 cities all around the world. Millions of people that are practicing bhakti yoga. Over 500 million books on the science of bhakti or Krishna consciousness have been sold in more than 80 languages around the world. Rath Yatra's in Paris, it's in London, it's in South America, Africa, so many places. I think dozens, possibly hundreds of cities all around the world. So that's what one person did, and we're all trying to follow in his footsteps. So we don't have his Shakti, we don't have his purity, we don't have his devotion, but we carry his message. So everyone you meet, every person you interact with, we should think, how can I try to represent Krishna and Krishna's love for everyone? I'll share one story and then I'm going to pass the microphone over if I can. Naveen hasn't walked across the stage to tell me to stop talking yet. There's a beautiful story. Those of you that are within earsight, please listen to this short story. It's a lovely story. Prabhupada was in New Vrindavan, and there was a rather young devotee who was kind of the night guard. You know, Prabhupada needed anything, he was there. So he was kind of there outside the house. It started to rain, so he stepped inside the garage to avoid the rain, and Prabhupada needs anything, he's there. So a moment later, he felt a presence. Somebody else was there in the garage with him, and it was Prabhupada. So he paid his obeisances, and he said, Prabhupada, is there something you need? And Prabhupada said, yes, I want you to go where I cannot go. This wasn't a sannyasi, GBC, 20, this was kind of a relatively new person. Prabhupada said, I want you to go where I cannot go. And he said, well, Prabhupada, you were just in wherever it was, Paris, you just came from Durban, you just came from Moscow. Where can I go that you cannot go? Prabhupada said, I want you to go into the future. You go into the future. And this is the part for all of us to take home. He said, and I want people to know how much Krishna loves them by the way you treat them. So, this is a living tradition. It's not just, Jagannath's there once a week. We go to the temple once a week or once on Sunday. We're meant to be carriers of that tradition, of that bhakti spirit. So please, when you hear coming from in Jagannath, and ask him to please empower you to be his servant, to be his representative, because the world needs that message. We're not the only ones. We don't have some idea. We have some exclusive message nobody else has. So many traditions, they're teaching people higher levels of respect and ethical behavior and all that. We have our sources of knowledge. We have our sources of inspiration. But the point is we have to take it out into our lives, into the world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to see Lord Jagannath and singing and dancing so nicely. It really was a beautiful international festival. You got the whole afternoon to enjoy. Please take advantage of the prasadam and the food booths and the tents and the sales booth. And have a wonderful afternoon. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jagannath Swami ki jai. Gaur Premanandi.
As always, we're very blessed in this area to have Anuttama Prabhu overseeing things. One of my personal heroes, so I really enjoy. I did work for him briefly for ISKCON News, ISKCONnews.org. There's your plug. So you can find out anything going on in the Hare Krishna movement, ISKCONnews.org. So I call him boss, and that's what Anusuya calls him here, big boss. Our next guest, we're very excited to have. Michael Helfrich is the mayor of York. He has started the city council there. Yeah. In 2012, he's been mayor since 2018. Really a great person to be here. We're an international movement. His mother's from Germany, so he has connections with the world here, and he's really doing things that are near and dear to Hare Krishna members. He's a historian. He's a musician. He's also, you can see the beautiful Susquehanna River here, the Cadorus Creek that runs through York. He's been a champion of these waterways that we have here in central Pennsylvania. So really, I can't think of a better person. And really, we are, we have centers in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, but there's a huge part of Pennsylvania that we're covering here between the farm and Gitanagari, where we'll have a similar parade at the end of the month. And then the temple here in Harrisburg. We have members. Those of you who are here, some are coming from York, Reading, Hershey, Carlisle, really the whole area. And so in the actual Rath Yatra that happens in India, Mayor, the king actually comes with a golden broom and sweeps in front of the chariot. So we're very happy to have you as the representative of sort of acting king of Central PA for an afternoon, if you will. So Michael Helfrich, the mayor of York, please welcome him.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. I'm so honored to be here today, and I hope I'm going to share a little bit about why, because I don't think Jita even knew, when Jita invited me, thank you, Jita, I don't think he even understood my spiritual connection that I have. I have a spirituality that is complicated. It includes lots of different facets of the world, including when I say namaste. I actually mean that I see God within you. I actually mean that every one of us is God here on earth. And we get complicated as we grow. We're a pure spirit when we are born, and then everything gets all complicated, and maybe we're bringing stuff from past lives, and all we can do is recognize that our purpose here on earth is compassion. And there is nothing more. There is nothing more but love for each other, because love for each other is love for God, love for Krishna, and it's love for ourselves. So that's the whole purpose here in life. So some of these teachings that have origin not only in India, but pure teaching seems to pop up all over the world, but we call it different things. That love comes up, but the ancient Hindu origin of these teachings and the ancient culture, I feel it's a little bit of a shame that your average daily American is in their little world and does not understand the vast gifts that the subcontinent, India, has given to the world. I want to be here to thank you and all ancestors for all of the gifts that have been given to me and to others around us that have been blessed with a different kind of insight into this world. That some people are so caught in ambition for different things. There's only one purpose for ambition, and that's help your brothers and sisters. If it's anything other than that, you're missing it. You're missing. You are missing why we are here. So, I do want to say that I don't know, have ever, and this is weird because I know the whole, I don't know, there's an interesting mixture between, I guess, European Caucasian Hindus and Indian Hindus. It's an and so one of my spiritual guides is Ram Dass. Um, and be here now. Exactly. So it's absolutely, that's why I wanted to say that there is something deeper, there's a deeper meaning for me for being here. And I just want to thank you all for the honor of sharing your time and your spirit with me, and for bringing it to our community and helping to teach others about the beauty of India, Hinduism, Krishna, and what I call the pure universal spirit that is within all of us. So, thank you, everyone. Harry Bol.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Mayor Helfrich. Thank you. I didn't realize how plugged in and appropriate really his presence here. So we appreciate him doing that. All right, so next up, we're going to have a few dance performances, and then we'll have more of that kirtan. So just give us a second. We'll sort of set up the stage, and I'll tell you a little bit what's coming up. But don't go anywhere. It's going to be some beautiful performances. Thanks, gentlemen. So you can already see the beautiful outfits in here. So this is Natya Vedam Kuchipudi Kalakshetram. This is the dance academy that will be performing next. And the teacher you can see here runs the school, Sri Lakshmi Sista. And I'll tell you a little bit about those dances. There'll be 3 different dances. I'll give you a little information on overall what they'll be doing. And then before each dance, I'll mention a little description. There are many different traditions of classical Indian dance. One of them that's maybe more well-known is Bharatanatyam. And that's what Sri Lakshmi Sista, she started learning in that form of dance. And the dance academy she's founded here, and that you'll see performances today, is Kuchipudi from Andhra Pradesh. So this is the one of the southern provinces of India. And it's a very dramatic sort of tradition. Sri Lakshmi Sista, she was taught this style of dance by Korada Narasingha Rao and Indira Sriram, 2 of her gurus in this. And just as many of us, by day I'm an assistant United States attorney in the courthouse right across the river, but on the weekends I'm dancing with my friends here at the temple and going out. So she has a master's in computer science and serves as the vice president of technology for JP Morgan Chase. But you won't see that side of her today. You'll see her that she's been teaching for 12 years, and you'll see some great performances from her students. There'll be three different students that will be performing today. Sahasra Venamaneni, Sri Lasya Manchala, and Kavya Tarimala. And like I said, there's going to be three dances. The first one is written by a saint and poet, Sri Narayan Tirtha. It's called Sri Krishna Lila Tarangini. So there's 12 sort of chapters to this piece that Sri Narayan Tirtha wrote. And each of them is a wave, and that's what Tarangini means. It's a wave. And why is the liquid metaphor there? It's because there's emotion. So we have this Sanskrit word rasa, which is like the juice of a fruit, something that has the taste. So you'll see his poem is so imbued with this liquid taste. This particular one is the seventh wave, Madhava Mamava Deva. And in it, see if you can pick out in the dramatic performance, there's part of it will be Krishna teaching philosophy to his dearmost devotees, the gopis, the cowherd damsels of Vraja. And then they will sing back of his divine qualities. And the choreography for this was done by Sri Lakshmi Sista herself. So without further ado, we'll present the first dance, Sri Krishna Lila Tarangini.
कस्तूरी तिलकम ललाट फलके वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभम् वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभम् नासाग्रे नवमौक्तिकम् करतले वेणु करे कङ्कणम् सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं च कनयन् कण्ठे मुक्तावलिम् गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूडामणिम् गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूडामणिम् माधव मामव देवा माधव मामव देवा कृष्ण माधव देव कृष्ण यादव कृष्ण यदुकुल कृष्ण माधव मामव देव कृष्ण यादव कृष्ण यदुकुल कृष्ण माधव मामव देव Madhava Madhava Deva Madhava Madhava Deva Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadugula Krishna Madhava Madhava Deva Ambuje Lojana Ambuje Lojana Ambuje Lojana Kampu Shubhagriva Bimbadhara Chandra Bimbanara Bimbadhara Chandra Bimbanara Champeya Nasadra Lagna Kumampika Champeya Nasadra Lagna Kumampika Sharada Chandra Janita Magana Sharada Chandra Janita Magana Madhava Madhava Deva Krishna Yadava Krishna Yadugula Krishna Madhava Madhava Deva
All right, another round of applause for our young dancers. You'll be seeing them again. So if you were able to see some of the dramatic reenactment, it's not just dance, it's also like a play happening before you. The next number that they'll be doing is Annamacharya, written by that Annamacharya, and it's called Chakkani Taliki. So we have, it's very interesting because Lord Krishna is obviously the main deity worship in the Hare Krishna movement, and we'll hear more of the mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra. So Jagannath is Krishna, but there's other avatars, other incarnations. One of them that rules in the spiritual world is Narayan. So this next piece is actually an ode to Lakshmi, the wife of Narayan, and it's similar to the Mahamantra. There's some feeling, some appeal, and it's a glorification. It's a thanking and appreciation for Mother Lakshmi Devi. And so you'll hear, I mentioned that this form of dance, the Kuchipudi, is coming from Andhra Pradesh. The language there is Telugu. So you'll hear this phrase repeated, kind of a chorus, Changubala, Changubala. So that's this idea of thanking and appreciating. So if you're really good and you want to practice, when you hear that, you can start to chime in, practice your Telugu. This dance has been choreographed by Dr. Vedantam Venkatachalapati. And so we'll have the second number, Chakkani Taliki.
చక్కని తల్లికి చాంగుబళ తన చక్కెర మోవికి చాంగుబళ 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 చక్కని తల్లికి చాంగుబళ
తచ్చం తక్క తచ్చం తచ్చం తిం గే న తుం రత్తిం గే తత్తుం తతిం గే న తచ్చం తక్క తచ్చం తచ్చం తిం గే న తుం తత్తిం గే తత్తుం తతిం గే న తుం తత్తిం తక్క తచ్చం 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 తక్క తచ్చం తచ్చం తిం గే తత్తుం తత్తిం గే తత్తుం తతిం గే న తతిం గే న తుం తత్తిం గే తత్తుం తతిం గే న తతిం గే న తుం తత్తిం గే తత్తుం తతిం గే న
ఉలికిటి మురిపెపు కుమ్మరింపు తన సలుపు చోపులకు చాంగుబళ 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 పలుకుల సొలపుల కటితో వెసరడి జలముల అలుకకు 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 చాంగుబళ చక్కని తల్లికి చాంగుబళ తన చక్కెర మోవికి చాంగుబళ చక్కని తల్లికి చాంగుబళ తన చక్కెర మోవికి చాంగుబళ చక్కని తల్లికి చాంగుబళ జందెపు ముత్యపు సరుల హారముల చందన గంధికి 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 చాంగుబళ విందై వెంకట విభువెన చినతన సంధి దండలకు చాంగుబళ
My oldest daughter, when she was around 3 or 4, we would bring her to these Rath Yatras. She would just stand in front of the stage, just sort of jaw dropped, entranced for hours watching these kind of dances. So feel free, if you're also entranced, feel free to come, young, old, whatever. You can sit in front of the stage and just sort of admire the amazing beauty of these dances. So much hard work they put in. So we have one more for you. This was composed by Bhugata Gopma, and it's called the Ramayana Shabdam. So again, this is another incarnation, avatar of Krishna. This is Lord Ram as the ideal king. Actually, Ramachandra and his story, the Ramayana, known throughout Southeast Asia. You'll see statues and temples, you'll see in the literature, very well known. The Little Princess, a famous book that was also turned into a movie. So this one is perhaps the most dramatic in the sense of really conveying the story. It's really going to tell the story of Ram from his birth to he gets married to Sita, he gets exiled from the kingdom through some intrigue, gets abducted, his wife Sita gets abducted by the demon Ravana, and Lord Ram has to go to Lanka with his army of bears and monkeys and save Princess Sita, and then he comes back and he's crowned king finally. And so see if you can pick out some of that story, the coronation, the abduction, the exile. And this is choreographed by Padma Bhushan, Dr. Vempati Chinna Satyam. So this is Ramayana Shabdam.
Dandana, dim dimi dimita dig dandana, dim dimi dimita dig dad digu dagu dagu nata dari 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 tatari dagu tata dari ginanaga takkinam tatakkinam takirtagajam takkinam tatakkinam takirtagajam tata diddi nangudu tataga nantari jantari kuntari kirtaga tata diddi nangudu tat nantari jantari kuntari kirtaga tagita 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 tat tarigida dum tat tarigida dum tat tarig దశరథవర
కుమారుడవైతివి దశరథవర కుమారుడవైతి 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 దైవ కౌశియాగముగాచితివి దైవ కౌశియాగముగాచితివి రసికుడ సీతను పెండ్లాడితివి రసికుడ సీతను పెండ్లాడితివి రవికులమున బలవంతుడమైతివి రవికులమున బలవంతుడమైతివి
చంతగినాదిరి జాజాగతితే చంతగినాదిరి జాజాగతితే
అంతట వనవాసము చేసితివి అంతట వనవాసము చేసితివి అంతట వనవాసము చేసితివి ఆడిన మయ మృగ వెంబడిపోతి ఆడిన మయ మృగ వెంబడిపోతి చింతిత ఇది మన వశమనుకుంటిమి చింతిత ఇది మన వశమనుకుంటిమి
దీను దండం తగది తగినం దీను దండం తగది తగినం దరి
జటాయుధలు పగ వినుమని అతనికి జటాయుధలు పగ వినుమని అతనికి జడని పదవిగా నొసగిన వెనుక జడని పదవిగా నొసగిన వెనుక
తతగి గిత గితతాం తత గిత దరిగినతాం తత గిత గితతాం తత గిత దరిగినతాం
హనుమంతునిచే అభయమొసగితిమి హనుమంతునిచే అభయమొసగితిమి తల సుగ్రీవుని ఆదరించితి తల సుగ్రీవుని ఆదరించితి
దరిత గిన దరిత 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 జన దరిత దరిత
జయముగ వృక్షము చాటుగనుంటివి జయముగ వృక్షము చాటుగనుంటివి శరమున వాలి పూలనేసితివి శరమున వాలి పూలనేసితివి
తగణం తగ తనం తత తగణం తగ తనం తత
వానర సేనల దండు గూర్చితివి వానర సేనల దండు గూర్చితివి వారధి గట్టిగా బంధించితివి వారధి గట్టిగా బంధించితివి
గది గది దిం డాడా గది దిం గది గది దిం డాడా గది
శరణని వచ్చిన వారి గాజితివి శరణని వచ్చిన వారి గాజితివి హరి 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 రణ బిరుదు గట్టితి హరి 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 రణ బిరుదు గట్టితివి
తగ్గిట గిట దగదా గిట గిట జం తగ్గిట గిట దగదా గిట గిట జం
అసురుని కులమెల హతము చేసితివి అసురుని కులమెల హతము చేసితివి
అరయ తమ్మునకు అభయముసగితివి అరయ తమ్మునకు అభయముసగితివి తం దం దణ దణ తాను దణం దణ తన్ దన్ దణ దణ తాను దణం దణ
లంకకెక్కియా లంక గూర్చితివి లంకకెక్కియా లంక గూర్చితి అక్కలించి రావణు దుంచితివి అక్కలించి రావణు దుంచితివి
తదిమిత గిట తగ జను తదిగిట తగ తదిమిత గిట తగ జను తదిగిట పట్టము గట్టి విభీషణు లంకలు పట్టము గట్టి విభీషణు లంకలు పెట్టి
వెడలితివి సీత సమేతుడవై
లంకలు
పెట్టి వెడలితివి సీత సమేతుడవై
అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున 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 మరి అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున మరి అట్టి అయోధ్య పట్టణమున మరి పట్టభద్రుడై ప్రబలిన రామ పట్టభద్రుడై ప్రబలిన రామ తిట్టముగా పెరుందేవిని గూడియు తిట్టముగా పెరుందేవిని గూడి గట్టిగా భక్తుల పట్టి శుభముల గట్టిగా భక్తుల పట్టి శుభముల కట్టడి చేసిన కరివరద పెట్టద 10,000 ససంగ దండము పెంపుగా చూడుము పరాగు తమ పరాగు తమ పరాగు లేగను నాదిరి దిరి దిరి నందిరి దిరి తాదిరి తళంగు దదిగిన తాం తత తదితాం తాం తత తదిత తత్తదింద తదింద తత తదింద తత తదింద తత తదింద తదింద దింద తాం తత తదితాం తత్తదింద తత తదింద తత తదింద తత తదింద తదింద దింద తరిగిడ తదింద తరిగిడ తరిగిడ దింద తరిగిడ 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 తదింద తరిగిడ తరిగిడ దింద తరిగిడ దింద తరిగిడ తగ దీన్ 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 దిన్న కిడత దీన్ 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 దిన్న కిడత 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 దిన్న కిడత
All right, did some of you catch any of those? I mean, definitely at the end, right? Lord Ram and Lakshman holding their bow. Saw that. And then what? Who are my kids that know Ramayan? How come? What do you think? There was one that was like a little, like this. What do you think that was? What part of the story was that? Who knows? Who knows? Any of my Hare Krishna kids? Yeah, tell me. Walking the forest? Yeah. How did Sita get kidnapped? Why wasn't Ram there to protect her? A demon in the disguise of a golden deer. At least that's what I think. I'll have to ask Sri Lakshmi if that was the golden deer. I don't know. All right. So, once again, that's our wonderful Natya Vedam Dance Academy headed by Sri Lakshmi Sista and our beautiful young dancers, Sahasra Venamenini, Sri Lasya Manchala, and Kavya Tarimala. So, big hearty round of applause for a dance troupe. We really enjoyed that. So we're going to shift a little bit. We're going to have a few different kirtan groups for you, about a half an hour each. So in between, feel free if you want to get up. Again, we have all sorts of lovely treats. Some are for free in the main tent. Some are for sale, supporting the temple and Sunday school, other initiatives. If you want to learn yoga asanas, we have a yoga booth. If you want to learn the mantra meditation that Hare Krishnas do, we have a booth for that as well. And we have plenty of books explaining the philosophy. Quick little thing, there's a lost and found item. I have a Motorola cell phone. So if anyone's lost that, or if you see someone that seems like they've lost it, just come and find me. In between acts, I'm just here. Tell me what color the case is, and I'll return that to you. So I do have a Motorola cell phone. So now we'll have a few a kirtan groups. So that's what we were doing. If you were here at the beginning for the parade part, we had our kirtan going as part of the procession. And this kirtan comes from this Sanskrit word, kirti, which is to praise, to glorify. And there's so many names of God. In fact, this the founder of the original Hare Krishna movement is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 16th in the 16th century, really spreading this around India, a spiritual revolutionary. And then, of course, Srila Prabhupada in the 60s and 70s spread that all over the world. So there's so many mantras, and kirtans becoming very popular. Krishna Das, Jai Utal, Rasa. We have so many, really, it's becoming a whole niche in and of itself. And this, the power of this Maha Mantra, it's these names of Krishna and Radha. Just we said, Ram had Sita, and one of the dances was Narayan and Lakshmi. So Krishna's counterpart is Radharani, and both are there in this Maha Mantra. And the idea is the name is non-different from them. So to chant, if you really do it with from focus, it's like you sitting right next to Radha and Krishna, or Sita and Ram, or Lakshmi and Narayan. So very powerful, very purifying. And so we invite you. This is less of a performance than really a group venture. So if you want to come on the stage, we absolutely welcome you just to even just sit. You don't even have to chant along to hear what to speak. If you want to play an instrument, we welcome you to come. If you want to sit on the grass right in front of the stage, you're also welcome to do that. So, and at the very least, we ask if you're out there, join in the singing. This is really a group effort. Just a few words about you met Anuttama Prabhu, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So this kirtan will be headed by Vishnu Gada Prabhu from Philadelphia, also a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And again, by day, he's a PhD child psychologist, but on the weekends, he's cooking up sweet and sour sabji. If you want to try that and other really amazing items, you can come to the Philadelphia Rath Yatra, which will be at the end of September in the fall, nice and cool. So you can, looking at, what date is that? September 24th. Confirmation that it will be amazing. So again, we invite you to join in the chanting. This will be about half an hour, and then we have a few other kirtan groups coming up. Do you want this one? Oh, you don't need. This one?
Oh, this is on this one. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Haribol, Haribol. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani
Pracharine. You know the words, Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu
Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Now this is where we want everybody to chant if we can, if possible. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I see some people are chanting. What should I do? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's a little better, a little better. Now, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare No Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Bol Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Thank you very much. I thought Naveen Shah was going to say this, but does anybody out there have stage fright?
Stage fright.
Stage fright. You know stage fright? You know what that is? People, yeah. So you can come on stage now, and then you'll get free from your stage fright. How about that? Come on. What do you say? It's okay. We got plenty of room up here. It's not a spectator sport, this kirtan.
Die.
Kirtan is participation. You come,
Haribo.
please. Yeah.
Haribo.
We'll just do one more. I think I have 5 more minutes or 6 more.
Haribo.
How much money? Who's next? 5 minutes? 5 minutes, okay. Okay, so we have 5 minutes. So that's it? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Let's hear everybody. Come on.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Oh, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Oh, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Oh.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next time. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Now Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jagannath Swami ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So that's Vishnu Gada Prabhu and his band from Philadelphia. Another round of applause for that lovely kirtan, one of my favorite chanters. So we have more kirtan for you. But if you want to take, while we have the transition, if you want to take a couple minutes, we have plenty of prasadam, the sanctified vegetarian food. The free feast booth is actually, if you even want to pack out plates to friends and family, take them. Please go and do that. And then the ones that we have for sale, we're raising funds. We still have plenty of food. So buy your dinner. Don't cook. Buy for tomorrow. Buy for your friends. Pack out. Some for free. Some donation. You know, be happy. Please get out there. So this part of our philosophy is this idea of karma, that what you do generates reactions. And of course, if it's something good, right? You do some good deed, you help somebody, right? There's a positive reaction. If you cause some pain, there'll be a negative reaction. But the beauty of this chanting is it really brings you above all of that. Again, we have confirmation. There's one of our scriptures, the Puranas, the Garuda Purana. There's a verse that says, if one chants the holy names, even in a helpless condition or without desiring to do so. So even if you don't do it intentionally, Srila Prabhupada would say it's like fire. A small child may touch fire, and even if they don't know what it is, it will still act, it will still burn. So the same thing is this chanting, you don't have to fully understand the language, even you don't have to fully pronounce it right, it will act. And what does the Garuda Purana says? That even if you're doing it not knowing what you're doing or accidentally, what happens? All the reactions of your life depart. Just as when a lion roars, all the small animals flee in fear. And so the idea is that this is the ultimate purifying process. So you don't have to worry what your past is. You can merge into this beautiful chanting. And I know now basically that a few of the next chanters are basically children of my friends. And so I can see that the grays in my beard are not accidental. And so we have Radhika is visiting us from Philadelphia. She's going to lead some kirtan. And again, same thing. If you want to join on the stage, you're welcome to come up here. Dance. Dancing is especially welcome when the beat gets going and the drums are going. If you feel it, don't feel bashful. And so we'll enjoy another half hour of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanting.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
All right, another round of applause, encouraging. We are next generation of chanters. They can do this all night, all day. So you should come. We have some events. The New Vrindavan community is in West Virginia, about an hour and a half from Pittsburgh. We have 24-hour kirtan there. So you can imagine, just literally all day and all night. And you may be thinking, because we talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and spread this chanting as the religion for this age. And it seems like, can it be that easy? Do I just sit here and sing and dance and then go eat all this wonderful vegetarian food? And there's a verse I want to read you from our Bhagavat Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is from the 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 52nd verse. It says, whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and Dvapara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So the idea is that in previous ages, people had so much patience, so much tolerance, so much opulence. They could sit and meditate, actually for years upon years, or engage in these fire sacrifices, putting with these priests pronouncing mantras all perfectly, or this gorgeous, you can see we have these Jagannath, Subhadra, Balabhadra deities. We can imagine some humongous, temple with golden utensils and things. So the idea is in previous ages, that was what was possible. But actually, that same result, the idea of connecting with Krishna, connecting with the divine, you get just by this chanting and listening to this Maha Mantra. So very powerful. So those of you who already practice it, take it even more seriously. Those of you who are not, please take it up. But we'll have another round. I think we're just shifting seats here, basically, right? So Isha will lead. And she's visiting us from Baltimore. We have a Hare Krishna temple there as well, a beautiful newer temple. In fact, they just celebrated anniversary of the first arrival of the deities. But this new temple is gorgeous. So you can find anywhere you go. If you go to Krishna.com, you can look up, see if there's a local Hare Krishna temple. So another half hour of kirtan. Again, if you want to pack out some of the free feast, please go ahead and do that. And then just a reminder, I do have a lost Motorola cell phone. So if somebody's lost a cell phone, please find me.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadrama. Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadrama. जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमा जय सुदर्शन Sai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev